So I definitely didn't get this on my bingo card in 2025. So there's a lawsuit by a woman, a hairdresser named Faraji, and she's suing FS1, Fox Sports, and Skip Bayless and Charles Dixon, basically for sexual harassment, battery. It's a lot of things. And she said how Skip offered her like $1.5 million to have a hookup. He was always like pressuring her to get together. She said she told him that she had ovarian cancer just to get away from him, and I didn't stop him. Oh man, I'll talk about Skip later. But within this lawsuit, Faraji was also friends with Joy Taylor at the time because she met Joy like in 2012 or something like that, and she's part of this deal too. I don't think Faraji's suing her, but she's part of this. And the Skip Bayless lawsuit alleges that Joy Taylor had romantic relationships with Fox Sports executive Charles Dixon, the dude at the bottom, and Emilio Acho to help her secure her job opportunities at Fox Sports. So allegedly, Joy Taylor allegedly slept her way to the top. Mm-mm. So I knew of Joy. Well, really, I knew her brother Jason. Jason Taylor played for the Miami Dolphins. He was drafted by Jimmy Johnson in the third round from my alma mater, the University of Akron. Yes, Jason Taylor was a zip. And they never talk about that. He got drafted by Jimmy Johnson after Jimmy Johnson left Dallas for Miami. Jason Taylor became an All-Pro, and he became a Hall of Famer in 2017. Well, along the way, we found out that Jason has a sister named Joy. Joy is super attractive, super cute. She was a part-time radio announcer in Miami because that's what Jason was. And then after that, she found her way to California. That's where the plaintiff, Faraji, met Joy. Because Joy was trying to get into FS1. And when Faraji met Joy, she was out there on a dinner with Charles Dixon. Charles Dixon runs FS1. He's the chief content creator of the network, chief content officer of the network. And Joy at the time was married. And evidently, Joy was messing around with Dixon. And that relationship later turned into Undisputed because Skip Bayless was creating Undisputed. He brought on Shannon Sharp. And Charles Dixon, the guy at the bottom, told Skip, yeah, I want Joy Taylor to be the moderator. And Skip was like, no. So they all went out to dinner. Joy wore something very revealing. Skip was still like, nah. But Dixon, he kind of twisted Skip's arm and said, listen, just she'll be fine. Just let her be the moderator. And Joy Taylor was okay as the moderator. It's just kind of funny that Joy Taylor was only a part-time radio person in Miami. She had no TV experience, and she got on. And then she went from there, and she was with Cowherd, and then she did the first version of Speak with Acho, and now she's on the second version of Speak, I think with Paul Pierce. The thing about Joy Taylor is very lovely. She's a beautiful lady. But the thing about women like Joy Taylor is if they knew they really didn't work their way to the top, they have all these things to say about everybody else. Like Deshaun Watson, the way he did all the masseuses in Houston is crazy. As a Cleveland Browns fan, I don't hate Deshaun. It's just like he's been so horrible, he has to go. We're trying to think of an exit plan for Deshaun, right? But Joy Taylor's one of those people who's like, oh man, Deshaun Watson is horrible. I don't want to talk about him. Ugh. Yeah, but you allegedly slept your way to the top. How are you any different from Deshaun? Yeah, what Deshaun Watson did down in Houston was disgusting. But you took opportunities away from women who actually studied journalism, who actually worked hard in small markets, who actually was doing TV sports, anchoring, reporting. You jumped all over them allegedly because you slept with this dude who ran FS1. But you're always wagging the finger at people. Always got something to say. Acting like you're an expert. If I was her position, man, if I was her and I know how I got there allegedly, I would be like, I'll moderate, I'll add some points in, but I'm not going to tick people off. Joy has a way of ticking people off. She shouldn't even be there. The funny thing is the thing of Acho. Like, I am not an Acho fan. I've never been an Acho fan. He did that thing, that uncomfortable conversations thing with the police. And it's like, see that? Black people do love the police. We do not dislike the police. We just don't like bad cops. And we want officers to have their cameras on. And also, we don't want these cameras being off. We don't want people being shot a bunch of times. But Acho's like, no, we love all police. They don't do anything bad. So then Oprah had him on. It's like, oh my God, Acho, you're so wonderful. And then Acho became this big media personality. Acho was a below average football player in the NFL. He didn't do nothing in the NFL. Then all of a sudden, he did that unfold conversations, and now he's like a media darling. Fox has gave him so many different opportunities to be a star. And again, he's not a bad broadcaster. If he went away tomorrow, I would not miss Emmanuel Acho at all. He annoys me. He over-enunciates. He thinks he's funny and he's not. He thinks his takes are so important. At least I know with Stephen A. Stephen A. Smith can be annoying, but at least I know Stephen A. was a journalist. I know Stephen A. worked at the Philadelphia Inquirer for years. Like, I know Stephen did the work of interviews. Like, I know Stephen A. paid his dues. Like, I understand Stephen A. Smith. I do not understand Emmanuel Acho. I felt like Cat Williams for a second. I understand Stephen A. Smith. I do not understand Emmanuel Acho. Man, but this Dixon dude at the bottom, man, he better hope and pray like this is the only lawsuit. Faraji's like the only lawsuit he's getting. Because if it's learned that he's also done this with other women, it's same thing like Puffy with Cassie. When Cassie filed that lawsuit against Puff or whatever, that civil claim, whatever it was, everything just opened up and people was just going after Puffy like crazy. So for Dixon's sake, this whole thing with Joy better be the only thing. This thing with him sleeping with Joy and allegedly, and this whole thing with Faraji saying that he touched her inappropriately, it's bad enough, but he better hope and pray that that's not the only time he's done that. Because if we get more stories about him sleeping with different talent at FS1, he might be out of the door anyway. But if we hear that he did that on a regular basis, that he slept with other female talent at FS1, and that other female talent got skipped over because he gave the jobs to women that he slept with, this might be the tip of the iceberg. Man, if I'm FS1, I'm firing everybody. I'm firing Joy. I'm getting rid of Acho. I'm getting rid of Paul Pierce. Not that like I dislike. He's not part of this lawsuit. I just want to get rid of Paul Pierce. I'm just getting rid of all those shows. I would immediately make Colin Cowherd the head guy. Maybe not the head guy, but he's next to the head guy. Like he has a partner with the guy who's ever running FS1. Because Faraji in that lawsuit, she mentioned Cowherd, but he said Cowherd was fine. I have no problem with Cowherd. Cowherd is the best thing that they have. Cowherd and First Things First with Nick Wright is the best thing they have on. And I'm not a big Nick Wright fan, but that show works. Those two show works. I would put Cowherd in charge. Cowherd came from ESPN. He's been in radio for a long time. He knows how to run a show. He knows talent. Man, if I'm FS1, because FS1 needs help. Like ESPN is right for the taking. ESPN don't have a lot of great shows on. And if FS1 has at least get their stuff together, I feel like they could be a real challenge to ESPN. I would say, Colin, you're safe. You're fine. You're the only one that's sleeping with everybody in this office. So many freak offs. Hold on for a second. Rupert Murdoch, he's just gone through this with Fox News a few years ago with Roger Ailes. Now he's back at this again with Fox Sports. Man, dude, you got to get your handle of your organization if he's still running it. But yeah, I would put Cowherd in charge. I would let him choose the talent. I would let him choose the shows. And I bet you if Colin Cowherd was in charge of FS1 in any capacity, as a co-VP, president, whatever it is, I think they can beat ESPN in some hours of the day. I really can. So what do you guys think about Joy Reid? You want to think about Joy Taylor, man? I feel bad because not for her. I feel bad for women who might be attractive but actually did the work and they're actually really great journalists and the great researchers and all that stuff. Because now people look at them and say, how did you get this job? Thanks a lot, Joy. Allegedly.